emoji picture shit. This ain't a dream, we really live this shit. Don't intervene, yo, we with this shit. That's where the most high, we the most lit.
And we are back with Act 2 of Half Baked. I'm Alex in the house. We got Nelly Nell in the house.
Yeah.
Bogey in the house.
No, hold on. Bogart and Scorsese, remember?
Well, what are you this week for Half Baked?
Oh, I was Bogarty McFly for Back to the Future. This one. I'll be Don Chiba. What's his name? Chiba's cousin, the rapper.
There we go.
What was his name?
I cannot remember.
I don't even know.
Oh, Sir Smokes a Lot?
Yeah, there you go. Sir Smokes a Lot's cousin, Don Chiba.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, the Grand Chiba, because that's actually what my homies call me. Okay, look at this. Last time screen breakdown.
Thurgood and the boys get into a little bit of trouble. Our man Kenny ended up in jail. And, of course, the Weed Epiphanies have now let the guys know that they need to sell weed. That is the only way that they're going to be able to raise $100,000 to save Kenny's sweet virgin ass.
Okay, now.
That's the only way to save. You have to do the voice along with it.
Yes.
To save the Dave Thurgood. To get his Mary Jane. Yes. Bogey, Bugger, Bake, Bogart, Bogey, Bugger.
Okay, look at this. Let me ask you something, Nelly Dell. When you were watching this, right? When they were getting high, and you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? When we're at this point, what are you thinking here? Like, you thinking like there's no way these guys are gonna bust them out? Like, what do you think? Like, what are these potheads gonna come up with? Like, what is your first initial?
The second
reaction?
one, I know they're gonna bust them out because I know the formula of these films,
Okay, yeah,
right?
for sure.
So, but how they're gonna do it, I was like, okay, what are they gonna come up with? So that whole thing about putting the weed on the back of a car. And they go to these nightclubs and just hand them out. Everybody's all like, yeah. They're selling all these things.
I mean, they did it. They stapled the samples of the tree.
Yeah.
Well, what was funny is even before they start doing that, he was like, you can't just up and sell weed when Scarface says, he's like, you got to know people to plug you into that. He's like, I do, you. And he was like, you got to be able to get some forms from their scientists. And he's like, we're not selling weed. I'm not selling weed. You're not selling weed. We're not selling weed. There's got to be something legitimate that we could do to come up with this money. Let's think. And then it's like days go by and Scarface like, hey, why don't we smoke that? Or why don't we sell that weed we smoked the other night? Yeah.
High in the sky.
He's like, he suggested that already.
I mean, it was a good idea the first time.
It really was. And that's where it all starts. He goes and gets some forms. They go and they buy some bikes. And I like the Coolio Mary Jane version. I haven't heard that song outside of this movie anywhere. Yeah, I feel like it was just for this movie. And see, but that's the kind of marketing that you got to do, Nelly Nell, for this weed company, because they know nobody, right, who like buys weed.
And what do? They go to the club.
Yep.
Yeah.
Start passing them cards out because they got the samples stapled to the back of the cards. Mr. Nice Guy is born.
And the club had no problem with that. That's what I was thinking. How the club have no problem with that? It was a little too easy for me.
And they named it after Kenny because Kenny is just the nicest guy in the world, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then look at this. What is the whole club doing, bro?
Floating.
Exactly, man. I'm telling you, it's a science weed, bro. Science weed that makes you fly, bro.
Hey, that was a classic scene right there. They were like, they all kind of meet back together, and they're like, hey, all out of cards. And they were like, yeah, that makes 3 of them. They're like, yeah, well, I guess now let's just hope they smoke it. And then they come back to the dance floor. Everyone's floating. Damn, this weed is good.
I don't know why they didn't use the song Float On by, I think it's the Stylistics. Float on. Yeah. That would be perfect. Perfect.
That's the jam right there.
Yeah.
And look at that.
Silver Screen Breakdowns. Come on, support me. I'm down on that SSB.
Hey, Nelly, before we got on here, at one point I jumped backstage. You were rocking, bro. That shit was crazy.
When?
On the piano.
Oh, you heard that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's my little jam.
I probably heard like 5-7 minutes of it. That shit was hard.
I'm telling you, I want to throw
I'm
some
like,
sample
hey,
on one of your
I
tracks.
was like, whoa. Listen, I remember I already dubbed you the Black Yanni, bro. I was like, wow, he's the Black Yanni for real. But yeah,
actually,
go
I should
ahead.
tell you guys. Alex asked me earlier, but I never mentioned it. That this is before we started the show. What was new with me? I'm doing music for a documentary. I'm scoring it.
Nice.
This so I've been corresponding with the producer here in LA, going back and forth. So I sent her about, I don't know, maybe 6-7 different videos. She likes everything. I'm like, man, I've even sent her. I sent her some good stuff, but just the recent stuff. I haven't sent her in this last couple of years. But remember, I did that little riff for you. I still got it, but if you ever want to have some tracks, I'll put some piano to it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'll send you the tracks. You know what I mean? That'll make it easier. You know what I mean?
And Miles, if you got anything, Miles, let me know, buddy.
There we go.
I know Miles got some music in them pipes. He's got those 18-inch arms.
And all right, back to Half Baked.
Hey, he's a beautiful man, that Peacock. I'll tell you that way.
Yeah, he's a big dude. I appreciate working out. Guys that work out, it's good, commendable.
So back to Half Baked here. So they're gonna go along with this plan now. And the next day, they got everything set up. They got their bikes. They got the phone system, everything set up, and they're waiting for a call, but they don't get any. The one call that they do get is from Mary Jane, and asks if Thurgood still wants to go out or whatever. And he has no money. Everything is tied up in their fundraising business because
he's got $8 or something, right?
He's got $8. That's not a lot in New York. Not a lot anywhere. Definitely not a lot in New York.
And this was still the 90s, but it was New York. Like when I went, the first time I ever went to New York, I think it was like 2010, right? And bruh, like I just remember tripping off the cigarettes being like, you know what I mean, like $6 more than Cali. You feel me? Like the motherfuckers were $6. Now over here it was like 13 something. You know what I mean? Like what?
Everything's taxed like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, I've been in New York, I think 4 times, I think. At least 3 times, 3 or 4.
Do you think that he was going to pull it off, Nelly? Do you think he was going to pull off an $8 date with Mary Jane?
You know what? I didn't think it was going to be honest with you. I did not think so. He got down to what, 45 cents left or 36 cents. So I'm like, man, he bumped it up. He grabbed that bum's change, so he's bumped up about $4.
And then he was just grubbing as fuck on that ice cream. You know, he was starving. He's like, oh.
They're walking all over the place, and walking so much that Mary Jane's like, "Oh, I know a great ice cream spot uptown. Think we could take a cab though?" Yeah, they were.
I've been on those dates. Well, not quite $8, but it's like, what is she going to order? But I ended up paying though.
You know what's crazy is like,
so you got to do though.
That's how it goes.
When I was first seeing my girl
for free.
When I was first seeing my lady, I wasn't getting money just like that, but it didn't last too long because I you know what I'm saying. Maybe with that summer is when I first met my girl, I was really like heating up in the streets. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, I'm like that first Christmas comes around, and I was just like, boom. You know what I mean? Let's go shopping. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, I was on that like, you're not looking at the tags type of shit. And you get up there and they run it up. It's a couple racks. I'm like, oh, yeah, let me pay that shit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to act like I'm a boss and shit. And I'm like, gotta go home. Then I'm getting calls. I remember being at the movie theaters and I'm getting calls. I'm like, I'll be back. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm like, hey, meet me at the movie theaters. I'm like, come right fucking down. I'm in a movie, motherfucker. What movie you watching? Motherfucker, I'm watching a note, but hurry the fuck up, right? It's a true story, man. She's like, where was you? And then I come back, and I'm gone for like 20 minutes. She's under the pretense that I'm in the bathroom. So she comes back, she's like, damn, you all right? I'm like, oh no, yeah, I'm good. In there, it's tearing up the bathroom.
All right, Nelly. I want to know what you think about when we first see Kenny. Well, not in the first time we see Kenny, but the first time we see Kenny in jail, where we kind of see him interacting with other prisoners. And we get introduced to Nasty Nate and the Squirrel Master. What are your thoughts about like that whole scene?
Oh, when they're sitting there eating lunch?
Yeah.
I was thinking, man, this guy's done. This guy's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. He's so not a part of that life. So you got Mr. Jungle Love, the big black
Nasty Nate.
I want the fruit.
the fruit. Yeah. You get all up in his Fruit Loops.
Cocktail.
Wants that cocktail fruit.
Oh man, yeah, I felt bad
I
for him.
want the fruit.
They better not do a soap scene in the shower. And sure enough, what did you see later on?
And were they playing like a Jaws type of music? It was like a Jaws type music. Huh?
Dun, dun, dun.
You get like 12 guys stopped and everyone just stares at the soap. What's he gonna do with the soap? He just picks it up like it's nothing big,
Hey,
no
he
big
was in
deal.
there
Like,
singing
don't
too,
pick it up.
Oh,
Don't pick it up.
mercy.
And then Chong came to the rescue. What's his name? Smokey?
Squirrel
Squirrel
Master.
Master.
Well, Squirrel Master. He came to his rescue. He was like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I didn't get
came in
into it.
with
I
a
thought it was
shower cap.
done. I thought it was done, but you know, he broke him up. But that guy was on him. That Jungle Love wanted him badly.
Nasty Nate. Yeah, and the line that Chong spits out, chill, Nasty Nate, he's my bitch. and yeah, he looks very confused, but he's glad that he's safe.
Right, exactly. I think I just gave consent to a guy that he owns.
He's like, yeah.
It's like, you guys got to do something. There's this guy, Nasty Nate, who's after my cocktail fruit, and everybody likes fresh fish. And then the Squirrel Master came out of left field and said I'm his bitch. Those guys are even more confused than he was. And he's like, all right, we got a plan. He's like, it's not the most honest plan. We're going to sell weed. All right, go sell it. Hurry up.
And they sell the
Get
shit out of
here.
it. They sell the shit out of that.
Heck
And
yeah.
guess who doesn't like it, Bogey? Guess who doesn't like that? Or am I going too far ahead, Alex? I think I'm going too far
I
ahead.
want to bring us to another hat tip to another movie. And everyone kind of gets fired or quits from their job, and Scarface like goes out like a G. And
Oh yeah.
fuck you, you're cool, and fuck you, I'm out.
Oh yeah.
Then he throw. What does he throw? He throws that shit at the motherfucker.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know. It was almost like some biscuit, but it was like biscuit that was like hard as a rock or something.
Yeah.
Is anyone coming with me now?
Yeah, that is the hat nod, the hat tip to Jerry Maguire, and I got the scenes done up here so we could see the similarities.
Nice.
Fucking classic.
Was she a lesbian too, or just?
No, because they do end up getting together and all that.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do. Flip out, man. All I want to know is who's coming with me. Who's coming, man? Who's coming with me? Huh? Who's coming with me, man?
I will.
Chan. Thank you, Chan. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
What I'm talking
Bully,
about.
man. Oh,
Yeah, that dude.
Chan. You be my girlfriend?
I would. But I'm gay, you know. I'm a big dyke.
What's that like?
What did you because you've seen Jerry Maguire, right? Or have you seen it? Did you see the movie, the Tom Cruise?
No, you know what? I've seen a zillion clips. No, I haven't seen it, but I know about it. Show me the money, all this stuff. He's an agent for the Gooding's a player.
Yeah.
I never saw it. I think someone showed it like at some house or something. It was on at a party, so I've seen clips of it here and there. So, but I never paid attention to it. So I was in party mode when I saw it. It was on, but I never saw it in the theater though. I remember when it came out, it was a huge film.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Peacock said a briefcase to work at the record store. The only reason he had the briefcase was because of Jerry Maguire. So he could do that same thing. I'm not going to do what everyone thinks I'm going to do and just flip out, man. That's the only reason he had the briefcase, was to be more of a hat nod to Jerry Maguire.
Speaking of briefcases, Miles, I remember when I was in 4th or 5th grade, there's a guy, his name was Brad. I don't remember his last name, but he would wear like a suit to school. He wore like business attire, and he had a briefcase for his school work.
Uh-huh.
He had a briefcase, and when no one bugged him or nothing, it was just like that was his look. But it wasn't like an actual look. He was just that type of. I don't know if his parents dressed him or what, but he would bring a briefcase.
I'm the type of motherfucker I would ask. I'd be like, "Hey, bro."
He was smart too.
I'd be like, "Brad." See, I'd be the motherfucker that would show up one day like I'm wearing a suit too. You know what I mean? Make him like, yeah, why you trying to copy my look? I don't know, bro. Listen.
Yeah, the guy had a tie and everything. I remember that briefcase to school.
And seeing Derek's, I swear that guy plays high so good. It had to be high for real. I mean,
yeah, he was.
If you're as an actor, if you're playing a character who is like a stoner, like Brian, I mean, would you think you'd be method acting? You think you would be smoking to make sure?
I know I'd be doing that if I had to play a stoner. I'd be smoking up.
Jim Breuer was
right to make it believable.
I think this is the time that
I do a horrible job. Was that?
Oh, this is the time when Jim Breuer like quit Saturday Night Live, or they might have even fired him. I forget how it happened, but
I think he did more stand up, didn't he? I didn't know he was on
the comic, but he was on there as a writer too, though. You know what I'm saying? On SNL, he was on there as a writer, and then anyways, during that time, so I guess his girlfriend at the time, which is his wife now, like she's like she'll attest to like the fact that he would just smoke weed all day, just hella weed. Smoke. You know what I mean? Just all day.
It seems like he's like that. You can tell.
Yeah, just all day, every day. Like, cause she's been on like different podcasts and shit. And then like now he'll like smoke here and there. You know what I mean? But he was on Rogan maybe a couple. During 2020, he was on Rogan talking about like how now he's able to like smoke here and there. Cause he said at one point he became one of those conspiracy guys. You know what I mean? You're watching me, man. You know what I mean? They're fucking watching me, bro. I'm fucking telling you. They're fucking
smoking too much sativa is getting too aware.
For real though, like he was like, I'm thinking, I'm like, what kind of weed was he on, bro? Some sprayed shit?
Like Johnny Bravo, he's into all that stuff. You know Johnny Bravo? He's on Rogan a lot.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I love Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, he's great.
He's fucking awesome. Eddie Bravo.
There you go.
Right, Eddie Bravo.
He's
here in LA.
Yeah, he's great, dude.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu.
Like when he said, the earth is not flat, Eddie. He's like, how do you know? And he's like pictures. He's like images from space. It's all they made it up. It's computer graphics. He had something for everything.
Yeah, he did. And it gets really intense with him and Rogan too.
He said birds aren't real.
He said what?
Birds aren't real.
Oh man.
Birds?
Birds are like robots, spying and shit.
Oh,
birds.
Man. Well, drones, yeah.
Oh shit!
I've never heard of that one.
Oh, that was my sick bird laugh. Oh, shit.
Savages. All right, and then so he quit. He gets fired. Scarface quits. Brian gets fired, and then Jan goes with him. And then I said it was cool because Jan worked for weed and she answered all the phones and was way more organized. So they're all going out on deliveries, and this is when we start meeting all the different types of smokers, and we start getting all the what's it called, the cameos from guys. And the first one that we get is from John Stewart, and he's the enhancement smoker. He believes that weed makes everything a better experience. And what does he say? Scarface, love Al Pacino, man. You ever seen Scent of a Woman? Yeah. You ever seen Scent of a Woman? Oh, weed.
The only way to watch it, man.
That's the way to do it. Oh man, what did you think about all the cameos that we got now from just the smokers?
Of just the smokers?
Well, I mean, it was like we had John Stewart, we had
Willie Nelson,
we had Willie Nelson,
yeah. We had quite a stellar cast, and then we have the best. He used to be called Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Yeah. And
I was like, no, that's Snoop. He looks the same. He looks the same too. It's like he doesn't.
His hair was just shorter.
And I mean, his was the funniest out of all of them, right? The scavenger smoker is the guy who's always coming around when you're smoking, but will never buy it.
Yeah.
They get all pissed when they see him. Oh man, this motherfucker, and then he starts hitting it. You know,
He's gonna
pump the
leech
whole
him.
thing.
Yeah.
You know, we sell this, right? It's like, oh, that's too bad. I just stopped smoking yesterday.
Yesterday.
Whole thing, right?
That was a great line. Just stop smoking yesterday. You think that maybe
And
just
like-
started smoking last year?
Snoop showed you how to like be a power smoker. He just, you know what I mean? He just,
And you know
what I
they're
mean?
fucking real weed because it's all real weed heads that are
Yeah.
that are there.
So you know it's real, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Stephen Baldwin's another cameo.
There we
Stephen
go.
Baldwin, you remember that?
Yep.
He was a mechanic, I think.
Uh-huh. Give me the he was the MacGyver smoker.
The MacGyver smoker.
Give me my
Give me a snorkel, oil, what is
Yeah.
that? A
He's like, we don't
thong.
have an avocado. All right, we'll give me I can't remember what it was. I could trust
I made a bomb with less, man.
What's a MacGyver smoker?
Well, you remember MacGyver, the show?
Yeah, I remember him. He was like he would
He's
invent
very
things and stuff.
resourceful. MacGyver is the type of motherfucker. He's all about his resources. Like you put him in a situation, and he's like, "Oh shit, I need to make a bomb." Okay, oh, there's
A
a
little
brick.
bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
go with this, give us a little bit of that, and throw it all together. You know what I mean? Like he's MacGyver. You know what I mean?
So this
Yeah,
guy
that was a big show up in Canada too. I remember because they shot that in Vancouver.
MacGyver was the shit. Like all the way up into the early '90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this
that was a good
guy
show.
can make a smoking apparatus out of anything that's in his vicinity.
You ever seen the back of a $20 bill?
I don't know, man.
You ever seen the back of a $20 bill on weed? Is there a guy in the bushes? What is he doing in there? Red team go! Red team go!
Oh man. And then here's our avid after school smoker. He spends all of his money on reefer. Thanks, little buddy. Like, and then in the next room, his dad, who's still cool because he smokes weed, is trying to figure out a way to bond with his son. Isn't that ironic? And then
Don't
the
you
grandma
think?
smoking weed across town to ease her arthritis, or no, ease her glaucoma. And it's good for arthritis too, as she's taking a big rip. Classic stuff. And then we get to see Sir Smoke a lot in person. What do you think about that, Nelly? Now, when you have the same actor, playing two characters.
Well, I didn't catch on at first that it was him.
It
Took me it took me the second time I saw him. The first time I didn't know it was him. I thought it was just another character.
I want to talk to Samson.
He reminded me of I guess Friday came out after, but Cat Williams' character on Friday, remember?
Uh-huh.
But Friday came out after
Oh yeah.
Half Baked though.
Oh well, no, the original Friday.
No, Friday was 95, right?
Yeah, that was the third
To
one.
me,
with Cat Williams.
it was like
Also,
it
was
was
after then.
like it was like a marijuana, like stoner ass, like small Busta Rhymes ripoff. I felt like that was like what they were trying to go for with Sir Smoke a Lot.
Yeah. Kind of, right? But then someone who
Yeah,
was like,
you're accurate on that pretty much.
Like a 90s, because it was in the 90s, and that Busta Rhymes with the loud yellows and the blues and reds,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? Like, and the hair and the, you know what I mean?
and who was the cameo
That's
that we
accurate.
got? Who was the VJ? Who was damn it, why am I spacing on the person's name?
Ed
Right.
Lover?
No. Who was the VJ when he was like, my main man who sure smokes a lot? Damn it. Hold on.
Are you saying what actor played the VJ?
Yeah.
What VJ?
Yeah,
Well,
well,
but VJ in real life.
it was an actor. I'm spacing on his name right now. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I've smoked a lot of weed today. Damn
White
it.
dude?
No, it was the black dude. He's the one who got in the accident later in life, and then he finally came back. Let me see.
You got me. I'm high as a motherfucker.
I know now I need to get his name. And it's so easy too. It's so easy.
Yeah, he played.
Tracy Morgan.
Oh, Tracy
Yeah, there
Morgan.
you
Yeah, of
go.
course.
He was the
He got in the
VJ.
accident. You're right. You should have said the Walmart shit. I was like, oh,
Well,
yeah.
I couldn't remember what it was, but
I forgot he was even in there until right now. Like, oh, shit,
because it was just a small part. My main man, who sure smokes a lot, and then here goes the song. It's just so funny.
He got in trouble at Walmart though. I don't remember.
He got in an accident.
A Walmart truck hit his tour bus.
I want to talk to Samson. Climbing to the moon like that bitch Alice Cram. Because it's hard being black and gifted. Sometimes I just want to throw it all down.
The entire house is made out of wheat.
And it gets nice guy. Everybody knows in my neighborhood, it's the best system around. Samson shit is blessed. Got the whole town on lockdown. Life is hard.
I pick up that card with the smiley face.
Hey, the fantasy football joker, what up? He said Funk Master Flex. Nope, it was Tracy Morgan. That's who it was.
Funk Master Flex.
Yeah, but so real quick, it was the Walmart truck, right? Like an 18-wheeler hit Tracy Morgan's tour bus that he was in, and he got all fucked up, like broke like all the bones in his body type of shit.
Yeah.
And his best friend was in there, got killed in the wreck. And then so Walmart gave him I think a couple $100 million. I mean, I don't know.
It was
A couple $100 million or a couple million?
Couple $100 million.
Well, they gave Tracy Morgan a couple $100 million?
Because it was a Walmart truck, bro. He's he sued Walmart.
He said he got an estimated $90 million from the accident.
Oh, that's all he cleared? Oh, he was suing them for like $200, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Okay.
They still got $90 million?
So they settled on 90. And I do remember reading those. It was like whatever they settled on, plus the fucking all the lawyer fees and all the shit. So
he doesn't have to work anymore.
Well,
then he had the big special where he came back because he was doing stand-up.
He couldn't work for the longest time physically.
Yeah.
But
took him 2 years to come back.
He made it back.
Wow, I didn't know that happened. I missed that. I do remember that he got into some type of accident, but I never found out what it really went down.
Near death for sure. And and then so we're in. I mean, that whole thing got brought up because it's when he actually goes to see Sir Smokes a lot, and then they're smoking, and then he says all the stuff like fantasy jokers.
I got back in my
had sex with my mama, talking about all the problems. No wonder this guy weed. He's got all these problems.
He made you smoke a whole pound of weed.
Now you know what's crazy is okay. So in here, he was like, let me get a pound of your Swedish chiba. And he was like, better than that, baby. It's $9,600. And what's kind of crazy is well, first, almost 10 G's for a pound of weed. But if you think about it, I mean, man, we're talking even in California, I mean, shit, I mean, early 2000s, I mean, in San Diego, pounds of the best stuff is going for 4,000. I can easily see the inflation of that, the best stuff getting over there and totally doing that to the market and doubling, almost tripling.
Man, the granddaddy in 2005 and 6, the packs of that was the player price was $3,400. Then you take that and you sell that for 4 bands if you was selling it across, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so you already know that that price it was pretty accurate. I always thought it seems crazy to people, but it's also so exquisite that not everyone even gets a chance to get anything like that. And yeah, that was science. Lord, if you're listening, help. Okay, so Nelly. So what? So now let's circle back. You said it took you the second time of noticing that it was him. What'd you think about him doing that scene with himself?
With himself or with the girls?
Well, I mean, he was in. It was when Thurgood went to go sell Smokes a Lot the weed, and it was mostly the girls that were around. But
so in the mansion or the house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was trippy because I didn't know that it was him. So they cut back and forth. So you think it's 2 different actors?
Yeah.
So it threw me out. I just thought I clued in, or
it's all
walking with. We keep repeating when he was at the poolside. Remember he was at the poolside later?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I said. Oh, that's Chappelle. So I watched the whole scene not knowing that was Chappelle in the first one when he goes to the house or he's in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that went over my head, man.
And I think Willie Nelson, that was probably one of the funniest scenes. Her said it here. I remember when a dime bag cost a dime. Yeah, Willie Nelson, Dave Chappelle smoking a joint, just chopping it up, and yeah, he's like, "Man, sorry, mister,
cool.
I got to do it at $60." And he's like, "That's $60." I remember when a dime bag cost a dime.
Paradox. The box within the box within the box.
What's the next line, Nelly? When he was like, "Do you know how much condoms used to cost in the '60s?" He's like,
I don't know. I never used them. Right?
Oh man, classic.
Free love back then, man.
Classic stuff.
Willie.
And then he was like, "I don't know which ones we fall under." Because he was like, all that, and he's like, and then you have your straight potheads, and I don't know what category we fall under, but I know we're not potheads. And then they all get the boom, 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 pothead.
Oh, they're potheads, all right, man.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And then they talk about the avid non-smoker who gets your number from a girlfriend or something and requests you, and that was Mary Jane. And Thurgood goes over there to tell him, and the jig is up.
Yeah, I felt bad for him too, man. I go, he's gonna lose out. Lose out on some pussy. Yep, for sure.
He was excited when he finally got it. I got some booty. Super excited. And
yeah, he was having all kinds of fun with her.
Yep. He was like, when I was around her, I didn't even think about smoking weed. And but yeah, she kicks him out, says, "I can't believe I fell for another one of you low life assholes." Kicks him out. And then Thurgood's all pissed off. Goes back.
Didn't he even move in there that quick?
I don't think. Well, I mean, didn't like literally kicked him out of the house, not kicked him out of like I mean, he wasn't living there. Just like when he came over there to like sell her the weed, like pushed him out or whatever.
Yeah.
But we skipped one part in there. It was a casual scene, but it was pretty funny. The couple things where Scarface, they showed that they get the dog, and he was like, "I was used, even with the, with the what's it called, with the doghouse only like 400 or something." And he's like, "Brian bought something too." He's like, "For $400, I got Jerry Garcia in the house." He's like, "Who told you that?" Andy Garcia. He was like, "Oh, is that his brother?" It's like, "Well, actually, that's Andy Garcia's brother or something." But he was like, "Wait. But you said you gave Mary Jane a pearl necklace. Now, how much did that cost?" And he was like, "Well, you missed the point of that."
Free.
Exactly. Yeah. He's like, "Well, you missed the point of that story," but that was like real subtle, and that was the part that I always laughed at.
That's funny.
Mary Jane.
I think it costs about a dime bag, doesn't it? The pearl necklace. That's a bad joke, but hey, it's fitting.
What up, Chris?
Yeah. For those that don't know, a pearl necklace is also a slang term for ejaculating necklace on a female. Just wanted to clip this goddamn fucking fly.
Crispy said when I was 16 or so, I'd get a dime bag for a dime, smoking through my little one-hitter bong. Hey, see, Crispy remembers when a dime bag cost a dime.
Dang, for a dime.
Taking
Inflation.
it all.
So if you had like $1, you just go get high as fuck. You're like, "Give me 10 of them motherfuckers."
Forever. So now, the story kind of we start getting it's ramping up a little bit now, because now they pan back to Kenny, and he's going through the lunch line getting his food, and he was like, "Thanks, Squirrel Master." It was like right after we kind of skipped over the shower scene, but we talked about that where he saves Kenny's sweet virgin ass, and he was like, "I hope there's some way that I can pay you back when we get on the outside, Squirrel Master." And he's like, "Well, you better hurry. I get out in 11 days or something like that."
Yeah.
And of course, right there, Nasty Nate is there to wink at him, let him know he knows everything. And then he calls Thurgood, and he says, "Thurgood, 11 days, I'm as good as cured." And then so that meant taking on new.
Damn.
That's quite the visual right there, huh? The
Hold on.
analogous visual.
Was Nasty Nate that guy in 2020? Every time you click the link, it was that dude with his jar out. Was that him?
No, it wasn't. But I mean, could have been, right? Might as well.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna get. He's about to get impaled, bro.
Yeah, that's skewered for you. Yep, skewered.
So they have to start taking. They have to start taking on new customers. They say, and then Scarface gets sent over to Samson. It cuts off as soon as he goes in there. It's like, damn, we have been set up. And Samson, and then Samson just starts laughing, and that's it. And then it cuts back to Thurgood, who
hey, hold on. You forgot the point with all the bad broads.
Well, yeah.
So they cut their motherfuckers have butterfly knives and fucking nunchucks and shit.
Oh, they all heavy artillery on them.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one. Oh yeah, they had guns on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. They cut back to Thurgood. And he said he's walking around he's thinking about Mary Jane, can't stop thinking about her. And he's like, and then I started thinking about the last girl I had sex with, and they show the picture. He's like, I got to get Mary Jane back.
Yeah. Very better.
And then he goes back and he says he's going to stop smoking weed, and he does. And he's like, that first day of sobriety sucked. He was like, I didn't realize how irritable of a guy I was when I wasn't smoking weed. And then so he has to go to rehab. And who do we get there? We get one of the best cameos, Bob Saget. Like, you in here? Well, it's not Bob Saget who says that's the black dude. He was like, you in here for some marijuana? Man, this is some bullshit. And then Bob Saget stands up and he's like, marijuana is, he was like, marijuana. He was like, marijuana is not a drug. He was like, I used to suck dick with coke. And then the black dude validates him. I see him.
More was for beginners. Stepping stone.
He's like, he's like, that's an addiction, man. You ever suck some dick from marijuana? Can't say that I have. What'd you think about Bob Saget and his whole cameo, Nelly? No.
Well, Saget was hilarious. I used to watch his stand-up, and man, I didn't know that he was so crude, that guy. But it was good though. He was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's because what makes it even funnier, the fact that he did Full House and people think he's this.
Yeah, and it was like, it was by the book. He was I was gonna say he's crispy clean. No, pardon the pun, crispy, but
and then America's Funniest Home Videos, he like all the goofy commentary that he did, it was all just, oh gosh, and everything.
Yeah, G-rated, right? He was G-rated, but
super dad joke.
He was filthy doing all that stand-up that he did at night.
Yeah, for sure.
Good to see, man.
And Derek said it, R.I.P. Bob Saget. Man, that was sad. And one of the things that's cool is, like, I mean, everybody came out and, like, they were just, podcasts and everything. And, like, everybody said Bob Saget was, like, the shit. Like, the best guy ever. Like,
yeah, like one of the most underrated, too.
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. So, yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. So R.I.P. to Bob Saget. It was an awesome fucking cameo. Well, there was one deleted scene in the movie where, in the beginning, where I can't even remember exactly when it was, but I think it was when he was kind of showing the different spots where to get weed. And he was talking about like crimes that happened in New York. And they show Bob Saget. He's breaking the car window to like come in and like, I don't know, steal like a coin purse or something. And he was like, the only reason that a weed head would break into a car is if they left their keys in there. And then it shows a weed head like breaking in his own car to get the keys. But yeah, Bob Saget, awesome cameo. Probably my favorite cameo out of everybody in the movie.
Coke fiend.
Peacock said it. I seen him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then now, after all that, they go home. And that Scarface needs to tell Thurgood and everything of what's going on, because they said that Samson said that they're about to get them if you don't deliver Mr. Nice Guy over to that house.
He's going to kill him.
He's going to kill him. They're going to
come up with the money, and they need $20,000 in a week.
Yep. And they come home, and the dog killer's dead, and then that's like the first sign of like everything. And
was it those girls that killed him?
It had
Oh
to
yeah.
be. Yeah, because Samson doesn't get his hands dirty. He doesn't.
There's his
He
girl.
just claps his hands and they do it.
Yeah, and Scarface kind of lays out the whole idea of like what happened. He was like, no, like Samson and his girls came up in here looking for me because they told me they were gonna rough me up, trying to bring him Mr. Nice Guy. And what did he say? He's like, they got nunchucks and bolos. They've been giving Indian burns.
Bolos.
Oh man! And then he's like,
I
I
don't
bet
know what a bolo is. Was it the arrow? Bow and arrow?
that's what I was assuming. I like it was slang for something. He's like, I bet they roughed
But
the
that
guy up.
contraption.
Yeah, roughed the guy up, went to war on the apartment, and then Killer got the wrath. And then, what do you think? Whose was? We know whose version was correct, but what did you think of Brian's version of what happened to Killer?
Oh, I have to go over what the version was again.
What was it?
I said, what do you? What did,
His was more complex. He said, right?
yeah, it's more.
It's like, how can it be more?
Oh
His
yeah,
was
he's like, it's
complex.
more, it's deeper than that, bro. What did you say?
Yeah, he was like, it's more complex than that. And Dave Chappelle, more complex than that, huh?
Yeah, and it was. Believe it or not.
All right, let's see.
The first one seemed
Yeah,
complex, and
more
he said, "No, it's more
complex than
complex."
Here we go.
More complex than that.
But I can't remember it, man.
Here it is.
You want to hear what I think, man? First of all, to understand what happened to Killer, you got to understand who Killer the dog was. Now, Killer was born to a three-legged bitch of a mother. He was always ashamed of this, man. And then right after that, he's adopted by this man, Tito Leibowitz. He's a small-time gun runner and Rottweiler fight promoter. So he puts Killer into training. Next thing you know, Killer's good. He is damn good. But then he had the fight of his life. Pit him against his brother Nibbles. And Killer said, "No, man, that's my brother. I can't fight Nibbles." And he made him fight anyway. And Killer killed Nibbles. Killer said, "That's it." He called off all his fights and he started doing crack and he freaked out. And then in a rage, and his heart no longer beat. Wow.
You know, I never thought I'd say this to anybody, but you two smoke entirely too much reefer.
The whole big long explanation.
That's funny.
Okay, stranger knows what the bolo is. The stone balls on a rope, usually 3. Okay. They got the bolos and be giving Indian burns. Killer got the rap.
Indian burns. Got that.
And then Samson calls him up, and oh man, that's just a funny conversation. Hey, did you get my message? Who is this? This is Samson, smarty pants. This is emergency breakthrough operator with emergency breakthrough from your sister. Samson and Sheila, Mama fell. Shut up, bitch. So stupid. And I like Bogey's version, you know, of this is like, he's like a character straight out of a blaxploitation movie, you know, a pimp, a drug dealer, like kind of like all of them kind of like rolled into one. What's funny with this one is like, he's like a pimp who's like, he has all the ladies around him, but definitely a weirdo about it.
He's like, he probably views himself as one of the ladies. Because every time they flash him, he's getting like his nails done or like he's getting, you know what I mean?
Getting his perm did.
Getting his perm did, like, you know what I mean?
Yep. And so then they have to go down there. You tell Mr. Nice Guy to get his Jamaican ass down here at about 3 o'clock tomorrow. It's like, why do you think, Scarface, why do you think he thinks he's Jamaican? We just always sounded Jamaican inside my head, B.
That was a horrible accent he did, too.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it funny, though. He goes, boy.
Right near the beat.
Oh, yeah, but this is where he breaks his non-smoking streak right here, though.
Oh, yeah, dude. This is fun. The Joker is Brian. I'll pretend I'm Jamaican, man.
I forgot about that shit.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, they go back. Well, and seeing he didn't break his no weed. Oh no, he broke the no weed smoking after Killer died, is what it was. Like, man, I gotta smoke. And
well,
yeah.
that's right. He didn't. Okay, so he didn't break it when before they went up in there. He's like, we can't go in there all clear-eyed now.
No, that's the second time they go meet him, and we'll save that for Act 3. We're almost done with Act 2.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so this is a good time to end up wrap up Act 2. Now it was Samson who told them, now you make 50,000 a week. I want half. And I want 20,000 a week or you're dead. And Dave Chappelle says 20,000 seems fair. Okay. And that's where we're going to leave off Act 2. And then we're going to jump into Act 3. If you're listening in podcast form, don't forget Act 3 always drops on Fridays. And if you're listening live, just make sure you hang out because we're not really ending. This is for like the podcast. We're recording all 3 episodes at once. And if you don't
click off.
If you are not subscribed to the YouTube Silver Screen Breakdowns YouTube channel, go do that. Go subscribe to the Silver Screen Breakdowns channel on Spotify, on Apple, everywhere you get your podcasts. And Nelly Nell, let them know where to find you.
Nelson Tynes, that's Tynes. That is my name, Instagram, and you can search me on YouTube. I got a channel on YouTube with some montages of my acting and some commercial work and stuff. And past demo reel. With you see the scene I did with Superman with Dean Cain.
There we go.
Shot a film with him. That's on my demo reel, actually. Yeah, fun stuff back in the day, early 2000s.
There we go. All right, we will see you guys for Act 3. Peace out.
Tune in next time.
Peace.
Picture shit. This ain't a dream, we really live this shit. Don't intervene, yo, we with this shit. That's where the most high, we the most lit.